Now, at first I had to remind myself, not force, I was going to say force myself, but remind myself to keep saying it, because it was unusual. So I kept saying it. That evening, I had the beginnings of a urinary tract infection. And I thought, well, shit, what's this all about? You know, I don't need this. It's going to make everything uncomfortable, and I want to focus on what's going on. And then I thought, wait a minute. He says I can clean on anything. Let me clean on this. So while I'm just having the awareness of this health problem, I just kept thinking, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Now, keep in mind, I don't know where that little affection was starting. I don't know where it came from. I didn't care. I didn't try to be intellectual about this. I didn't play Sherlock Holmes. I didn't play my own doctor. All I was focusing on was this idea that I wasn't feeling good in that particular moment. Let me see if I can clean the problem. Next morning I wake up, it's gone. Now for me, that's a very minor, it's not like I had cancer and the next morning it was gone, but it was still enough for me to say, this stuff just might work. So that's where it began for me. Yeah, great question. Great question. I have another one somewhere back there, it looks like. Mm-hmm. She just asked, when am I going to move to Maui? As soon as I'm totally clear about Maui and what that message is all about, then then I won't have to make the decision. This decision will be made. But right now, I was just talking to Mary about it a little bit earlier, and the truth is, it was bringing up a lot of garbage in me. You know, I was really relaxed and almost meditative going to Steve's interview, and the voice, it wasn't a voice, it was a feeling that was coming up, almost seemed to be coming from the ground. And it was saying, move here. It wasn't saying you should move here. To be more exact, it was saying, come back here. Come back here. And I thought, I heard this before. I didn't want to hear this. It costs a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff that was coming up in me, that's the data that needs cleaned. Now, as I clear it, I'll be in a place to know that, oh, the voice was really just saying that to help me clean more data. Or it'll be cleaned and I'll know, oh, I'm supposed to move them out. So as I stand here, I don't know. I don't know. That means I have more cleaning to do. And I am cleaning on it. There was one more question, I thought. Wasn't there one right over here? Oh, right over there. Okay.
So just so I can get clear about this. So when you say when you clear, all you're doing then is just saying to yourself, thank you, I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry.
That's right.
Over and over.
That's right.
And that's it.
That's right.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure. So let me be more clear about this in my explanation. Okay, so round the clock, I am saying, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, is the new mantra that's in my head. It's the new self-talk. And yes, sometimes that skips a little bit, just like an old record player, and it'll go back into some old negative self-talk. I just bring back the new recording and I keep going. So for the most part, that's going on 24 hours a day, including when I go to sleep, because I'm doing it so much when I go to sleep. Like last night, I went to sleep and I remember I was consciously going, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I woke up and I was still saying it. That was going on during the night. So that's on automatic, more or less. If an issue surfaces in my life, if I have a problem in business, if I have a problem in a relationship, if I have a problem with an illness, if something surfaces that suddenly in my awareness, I focus on it. But I don't focus on it with a scalpel. I don't focus on it with some sort of microscope or some sort of computer program to dissect where it came from. I just have the awareness of, okay, I have this particular problem. As I hold the awareness of it, I'm saying, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. But now I have a little bit more focus because something's come up in my world. Maui has come up in my world about moving there. That's kind of a problem, you know, in data terms. And so as it's come up, I have that awareness. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. Let me dissect it just a little bit more. When I say those phrases, what I'm basically saying is, I'm sorry. I have no idea how I helped co-create those programs in me. I have no idea where they came from, but please forgive me for whatever role that I played in producing them in my life. So I'm saying, I'm sorry, and please forgive me for my role, my unconscious role. It's the user illusion. I wasn't involved consciously, but I was involved because I'm taking full responsibility for it. So I'm telling the divine, I'm sorry. I don't know what I had to do with that, but it's here. It's in my life, so please forgive me for whatever my role was. Then I go on to say thank you, and thank you is this statement of gratitude, and it's thank you for listening, and it's thanking you for helping me, and I'm telling it to the divine. I'm saying thank you, and part of my thank you is thank you for my life, including what I call a problem. Thank you, because this is a magnificent gift. I mean, it's beyond belief the kind of gift that life itself is. So when I get into thank you, I'm moving into this heartfelt opening within myself, and I am starting to feel true gratitude. And I end more often than not what I think are the 3 words, and the only 3 words you really have to say. You can forget the other 3 statements. I mean, even though there's not that many of them, if you just say, I love you, I get to the point where I'm saying I love you, and it's moving me into a connection with the divinity, a connection with zero, a connection with the whiteboard. If I'm saying I love you and I really start to feel it, I have been saying this. You know, I opened for Donald Trump in Chicago a while back. A few weeks ago, I told you about turning them down. I finally spoke. I told them all about Dr. Hulan. I told them all about saying I love you. And it was a wealth real estate seminar that should have been closed to this. I got a standing ovation. These people were moved to tears. Narissa filmed most of it, and 6 minutes of it, the ending, is on YouTube, where you can see that people want this. They want this, and part of the ending that is moving people so dramatically is when I get into that space and I'm saying, I love you, and I'm saying I love you with this sincerity that is reconnecting me to the divine, and that divine is erasing the programs, the data, the negativity, the beliefs. And when I get to that place, I swear, folks, it's like a state of rapture. It is almost indescribably blissful. People often ask me about my goals, my intentions, things like that, and I say I don't have them anymore. That basically I live in a moment-by-moment state of awe and wonder. And that by letting go, by constantly cleaning, I get bigger and better things that I might have intended to have. My little pipsqueak of a little ego would have said, wow, it would be fantastic to have this island house of some sort. But if I let go of that intention and I keep cleaning, the divinity comes through with an inspiration that dazzles me in its colossal beauty and magnificence. And it's bigger than what Joe would have thought. So yes, all I'm doing is cleaning, but all I'm doing is the most powerful, sweeping, transformative phrases and tool that I know of to date. And you know, even if you didn't want to do all of them, just say, I love you. And he is right. He told me in the first weekend, you don't have to believe it, and you don't even have to feel it. By just saying the words, you will start to feel it. You will start to go in that direction. When you hit that direction and you go towards zero space, there ain't nothing better. There was another question? Oh, over here.
It was just a quick comment. When we talk about cleaning 24 hours a day, and this is not a marketing ploy, I was not hired to do this, I promise. There's a little lapel pin that I wear, the Seaport pin, that's like the clean, erase. I'm not kidding you guys when I tell you, when I got this pin and I put this on, I don't know, I'm not going to try to figure it out anymore, and I don't care. Something started happening in my life that seemed chaotic and seemed like, oh my goodness, why is this happening? I don't want this to happen. But when you start cleaning, and I'm saying this, well, you guys are my universe, so I'm saying it for my benefit. You know, we don't control things. All we do is clean. And when you want to clean, then it's sort of like a creative destruction, if you will. So for all of those of you who are skeptics or whatever, if you see that happening, stick with it, because it's amazing. And miracles do happen in my life every single day. Since I got this pen, I'm telling you, it's mind-blowing. If not, ask Emma. We came up with this concept that is amazing. So I even sleep with it. So when I don't remember to erase, it's erasing for me all the time. So that's it.
Well, it triggers a couple things that I want to mention. One is, I think it was the second time I did a workshop with Dr. Hulan, and it was in California, I believe. While I was there, and I was spending the weekend learning about cleaning, and I was cleaning, something really amazing to me, it was further proof, whoever asked me about the proof, this was further proof that this stuff works, is that I'm there, 2,000 miles away from home. Narissa had stayed home. And when I checked in that night to see how it was going, how our critters have been doing, what did you do today, she absolutely stunned me by telling me she spent the day cleaning my closet, rebuilding my shelves, putting up my clothes on hangers in all kind of order. Now, what's really miraculous is that was never requested. That was never on anybody's to-do list. And when I left, she said, I have so much shit to do. I have all these things to edit. I have these projects I want to work on. I got this website to go up. Never, ever did it come up, clean Joe's closet. Ever. And when she told me, it was like, how do I respond to that? I'm at a workshop on cleaning and back home 2,000 miles away. She's cleaning my closet. And I said, what gave you, where did that idea come from? She said, I don't know. I just felt inspired to go into your room and just, she took down shelves. She took planks down. She sawed new wood. She put the wood up. This wasn't just hang the clothes off hangers, This was a big project. This was like home makeover or something. I mean, this was tear down the old and put up the new, but instead of 7 days, you do it in one. She was inspired to do that while I was being cleaned, and I was doing cleaning. And the other story that I like to tell, and Bill Hibbler is in the room if he doesn't mind telling this. Bill Hibbler is a co-author with me of the book Meet and Grow Rich. And he was one of the early readers of the manuscript of Zero Limit.